Hello, English 801. I've just discovered this wonderful new toy, a way of making videos inside my browser, which works rather beautifully. So I want to use it to show you how to collate your lines of Sonnet 129. So, of course, go to Textual Communities, get yourself logged in. If you haven't done it by now, incidentally, you could link it to your Facebook, as I've done here. I haven't got Google linked up here, but I've got it set up so that I can use my Facebook login to log into Textual Communities. I could also use Google as well if I wanted to. So, in any case, let's have a look at it. So, choose Sonnet 129 from my communities. That's probably the only community you've got, actually. I've got lots of communities because that's me. I'm all-powerful professor. Aha. Okay, so now we want to collate a line. So I should go down here. Here's a familiar interface. Here are our documents, its pages, etc., as we've seen. But what we're interested in is collation. So if I go to the collation over here, click that. And what I get is a note saying, click on entity elements in the side panel. So ignore the 3 and the 1, they're just mistakes. So what I'm interested in is 129. Okay. In fact, I have got a red C against the title because I've already done the title. So let's look, for example, at, well, perhaps line 1, I suppose, is probably a good example for this. And so we click on that 1 there, choosing 129, and click on the 1, and the collation, the raw collation for lines 1 to Sonnet 129, line 1 appears here. The expense, etc. And at this point, we start making decisions. We could, for example, decide to regularize spirit to spirit there. So that's gone away. We could regularize that waste to shame there, and we can regularize that to there. Now, if we change our mind, we can hold down the control key, or I think the right button, and you can go back to the regularization you want to get rid of, like here. So if I want to, first of all, recollate that. And now here are my regularizations. I want to get rid of all these. So I can say delete rule for that. And it says get rid of all of them. So they've now gone to red. So that's, so now if I recollate that, and that variance come back again. This one, same thing again. So once I've done this, once I've dealt with the words, the next thing is to move to, you'll see down here, set variance. So you move to set variance because you'll see that expense here belongs over here with expense, and maybe in A should be together as well. So, but certainly this word here, expense, and this word here should go over to there. So let's move them. Let's do that. So I go to the set variance, and then you'll see all I've got to do is pick that up and put that over there. I'll need to show shared units incidentally, because otherwise these variants disappear. So here they are. So if you can't see some things you expect to see, you can hide and show shared units, and that will show you that all the text have got of a whatever. So here we've actually only got a variance forms here and a variant form here. And one has to decide what to do then. And one of the things we try to do is to make the collation really easy to understand. So instead of seeing several words in a waste of shame, all these together, let's make all this just one long variant. There we go. So in a waste of shame is in all the manuscripts, all the editions rather. And so I put them all together just by drag and dropping on another. I think I want to put a with here, so a spirit of, so the expense of spirit in a waste of shame. And one of the rules we use, we follow the logic, we divide our collation into familiar grammatical units or sensible grammatical units. So the expense of spirit in a waste of shame. One might have divided, if there were variants there, one might have made it in a waste and then of shame. But as it is, it's just in a waste of shame, no variance. And at this point, of course, we have to decide what we're going to do here. But I'll leave that for you guys. But we can, in fact, we could regularize at this point. And what we could do is we have a tool here which says split readings. And I can grab a reading here, like reading B, mark it as regularize. And so I can change reading B to reading A. Mark it as regularize, that goes up to there. And another reading has come up, so I may want to regularize that form up there too. I could also do this actually in the more regularized. It might make more sense to go back to the regularization and do it there. So in fact, if we reload this line, and let's redo the regularization on that first word. Okay, so we can see that this and this and this could be regarded as the same. The only difference is the way in which the apostrophe is rendered, capital H or not capital H. That's a decision you have to make, whether you preserve that or not. So I can put those up to there, and then I remove, when I recollate, I've got rid of those variant forms, and all I've left with is the expense against the expense. So then I can move back over to set variants, and then do shared units again, and then I can push that to there, and then I'm going to decide what I have to do there. But what I could do is, at this point, I could regularize that form to that by holding down the control key or the right button while I click there, and it comes up with split readings. And split readings allows me then to take this reading, again, doing the control click or the right button, mark as regularized, and I'm going to take B to A, like so. Mark regularized, and that goes to there. And I'm going to regularize that to that, I think, or the other way around, probably that to that. Yes, that to that. So same thing again, mark as regularized, and I'm going to make B is going to become C, okay? Mark regularized, so now I've got just this variant. Then I can do, again, holding the control button or the control key or for the Mac or right button for the PC, recombine, and then we've got this. And this, as we said, we probably put it to like so, like so, like so, like so, like so, and then we end up with that regularization, which we can then approve by going to move to reorder variants, and then we say approve, and then it's going to have a nice little red mark indicating that that collation is done. Okay, guys, that's enough to give you a sense of what happens here.